Good morning! It's Saturday, September 10th. Oh, my name's Allie. This is day 11 of the September series where I upload a video every single day in September. My plans for today, I have reading sprints on Meredith's channel, Reading with Merb. I will link that down below. Obviously, it's too late for you now, but if you like reading sprints, then definitely check out her channel because she does them quite a lot. And she's amazing. It's about 9 a.m. here, and I am going to start this book. I'm hoping I can finish it before the sprints so that I can start a new book during the sprints. This is The Echo Wife by Sarah Gailey. I have heard people love this and people really not like it, so I always like those books more than just 3 stars. This is a story about a woman who creates a clone of herself. The clone is having an affair with the creator's husband, which is just messy AF. And then it sounds like this would be a spoiler, but it's in the flap. It says that the husband ends up dead, and then both the wives have to clean it up. It sounds very intriguing, very cool, and maybe possibly creepy. I kind of hope that the clones, or the clone and the creator, end up being best friends, but I think that's a little too hopeful for this kind of book. I am currently on page 45, and it's kind of slow so far. We're in present time where the creator is getting an award for her, I'm guessing her cloning science shit. I'm an English major, can you tell? Actually, no, you can't because I'm not doing a very good job explaining anything. The thing why it feels so slow is because it was almost like they were leading up to revealing that the clone is having an affair or is the fiance of the creator's husband. The title just is indicative of that, but it's also in the flap. So it was just kind of weird just how it was almost like a reveal when it was like, bitch, we knew that. Other than that though, I actually am really liking the tone. It is through our main character, I keep saying the creator, but her name is Evelyn. And Evelyn is just trying to keep her shit together because, you know, I think she's just embarrassed about what's happening, which is probably not her fault at all, but still, I guess I'd be a little embarrassed too if my husband ended up cheating on me with my clone. So because she is so stressed out and probably very much hurt, there is this kind of impending sense of something is gonna happen. Like, we know she's gonna tick, 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 boom at some point. So now I'm just waiting for the husband to die because he sounded kind of like a dick, or just not like a good husband. I don't know. I guess husbands who cheat are definitely not good husbands, but even above that, it just sounds like he's kind of like a salty loser. Anyway, I'm going to dive back in and I'll probably check in with you at the halfway point. Edit, the creator isn't Evelyn. We found out on the next page, on page 45, that Evelyn's husband actually stole her work and created the clone. So wow. My husband stole my work so that he could make a clone of me and cheat on me with myself. Guys, I'm halfway through and I am absolutely loving this book so far. There's been a sort of turn of events which I was not expecting for some reason. I don't know why. It seems kind of obvious now, but I'm not going to tell you just in case you want to go in not knowing. But honestly, there are just so many layers to this. First of all, I really like Evelyn, our main character. She's the badass scientist bitch. She is a kind of character who's very knowledgeable and is very smart. She's very, trying to control her emotions. But what I like most about her is that she's not like a nice character. She is very easily irritated and frustrated, and she has to compose herself quite a lot and take deep breaths to like manage her impatience. We obviously are getting her main point of view as she is dealing with just her work life, but also this crazy thing happening in her life. And we are getting flashbacks and her thoughts on her childhood because her father was an asshole and her mom was, because of the asshole father, kind of neglectful toward her daughter. And it's kind of funny how we're getting her character kind of pieced together almost as if we're in a lab making a little clone and we're learning piece by piece how Evelyn is made up. So I think that is just amazing writing. The writing itself is just so, it's just the kind of writing I like where it's kind of short and curt, but very potent. Like the sentence, I don't even know how to describe that. Let me see if I can find an example. It's the kind of writing that it's almost funny how maybe detached it is. So in this instance, Evelyn's talking about how she was kind of a control freak and her husband always complained about that. But she said, if I didn't stay vigilant, my husband uses our money to grow a new wife. And I just started laughing. I was like, damn. I never knew that was a conflict I'd have to worry about as a married woman. Oh, but also this sort of metaphor, analogy. I just said I was an English major and now I'm regretting that because I forgot literally everything I learned. But Evelyn is taking us back into memory about how her mother was a gardener and she took a lot of care in her gardening. And she's talking about how her mom always told her to cut like the buds of flowers. She said it was one of the only truly useful things she ever taught me. Stress stimulates growth. Sometimes in order to make something develop in the right direction, you have to hurt it. And of course, there's so many layers to that. So this is just an onion of a book. It's an ogre.
You get it. We both have layers.
And I'm really liking it. But I think clones as a concept or as a thing, I'm just so fascinated by it in the same way that I'm fascinated by like robots or artificial intelligence. And I know they're very different, but I think the thing I like about all of those are kind of stemmed on the same, is that they are something that is created for most of the time the intent for just scientific observation. Obviously, the clone in this book is created for quite a different reason, just to be like this make-believe wife, which is absolutely disgusting, but it doesn't change the fact that it's so fascinating that in a clone or AI or robot kind of story, you have to think about the intention of the creator. And then you have to grapple with, well, what are they made for? But then what do they deserve as their own being? Ugh, it's just one of the coolest concepts I ever read about, and I just love it. At this point, Evelyn and the clone, whose name is Martine, I feel a little bad calling her the clone this whole time, but they are working together, and I don't know what's gonna happen because obviously there's a lot of tension in their relationship, but it's nobody's fault but the stupid husband's. Because Martine didn't ask to be created just to be his little love pet, and she herself has really been a victim of a sort of kidnapping creation. It's just disgusting how she's been treated and what she was created for, just to make someone happy. Okay, I think I'm talking a bit too much about this, but my point is they're working together right now, but I don't know if, you know, when you have two personalities that are very similar, they either really clash or you can get along really well. So it looks like it could go up in the air at this point, but I really want them to be best friends and just live together and, you know, I don't know, be like sisters. Is it naive of me to want that? I don't know. Guys, I finished this seconds before going on Meredith's reading sprints. We're on a sprint right now. Hopefully you're watching this in real life as you're on the sprint. That'd be really cool. I really, really love this. This is 5 stars. Even in the acknowledgements, just how they're written, it's so powerful. I want to read everything that this author has written. I feel so close to this author, and oh, this was so good. I stand by everything I said before, and I think it is interesting that comparison to like child rearing and cloning. It's very, this is so fascinating. I feel like this tiny little book is just so many ideas and so many societal things. I'm freaking out right now. I'm also very nervous because going on reading sprints, I don't know why, it makes me sweat. Okay, so now I need to figure out what to read next. And I was talking to Meredith and Ren on the sprints, and I said it was gonna be either these two books. This one because I got the library audiobook and it's about to be due, but maybe I'll try it tomorrow because this one, if you didn't see my video from yesterday, I read the first chapter and I was just shaking with frustration and anger. This is Tiffany D. Jackson's The Weight of Blood. It is a Carrie retelling about our main character, Maddie. She is biracial. Her father is an asshole who's trying to make her pass as white, and she's just dealing with shitty teenagers, shitty adults in her life, clearly, and some shit's gonna go down. So I think I'm going to definitely get into this one. I also got the audiobook from my library for this one. I don't know how I was first in line for that. It was just by chance. So I will try the audiobook and I'll let you know what I think. Oh shit. Okay, fuck. This is huge content warnings here. This starts off with a sort of mixed media element. It's like an excerpt from a interview or a journal or something like that. And it's talking about how Maddie did it. Maddie is like the Carrie. This is Maddie. And there was a huge massacre in this town and everyone thinks Maddie did it. Pretty much everyone died. Sorry, I'm on live and I'm so scared that my mic is on and everyone can hear me. So interspersed between this mixed media, also I did check out the audiobook and it's kind of cool because there is a podcast element to it. But for now, I'm just reading like this because I feel like, I don't know, It's just in my own voice, so it's easier to kind of deal with. In between these mixed media elements that are at present day talking about the events of this massacre, we are getting day by day accounts from a third person narration just talking about what is happening. We're seeing the blatant racism, but also the microaggressions, and they are fucking annoying. But then we just saw a scene that I was not prepared for, where Maddie's father is very, very abusive, which, you know, we already knew because he's forcing her to pass as white, and but he's very physically abusive as well as psychologically, and it's a lot, okay? Not gonna lie. It's something I usually avoid in books for personal reasons, so it's kind of a lot to deal with right now. One part of it, though, that is in the original Carrie and that is obviously in here is that people are speculating in present day of whether this was a supernatural thing that Maddie did. And so that is probably one of the coolest aspects in here, is just this questioning of supernatural ability. I am curious about what the sort of world that we are in, because it's very much a modern world. However, it's in 2014 and they're talking about this first integrated prom that they had, which doesn't make sense, obviously, because 2014, everything should be integrated. And I don't understand it because the most popular kid in school is Black, and people are obviously racist, you know, in this day and age, and there is microaggressions given against Kenny. But I don't know why they're calling it the first integrated prom. So there's something I'm missing. There's an element in here where, is this a sort of removed reality where things aren't as integrated? I hate using that word because it just sounds so fucked up. As they are in real life. I feel like there's something missing. Either way, everyone is being racist as fuck, and it is so fucking annoying, and I want to kill this dad so badly, and I can't wait for every single person to die. Yeah, this book is going to be hard to read, and it's going to be frustrating as fuck, but it's the kind of frustration that is based on reality. Like, this is real. This is shit that people go through, and it's heartbreaking. It's the kind of frustration that's really heartbreaking. And okay, I just got to chapter 4, and the people in real time are explaining about this integrated prom situation. And no, it's not some weird, far-off reality. It's just this racist-ass town has a white prom and a Black prom. I don't They do say something is that the sad part is they weren't the only town hosting segregated proms. That is fucking insane. Okay guys, I've gotten halfway through The Weight of Blood, and I really want to finish it tonight because I just don't want to have to be in this town that they're in for longer than I can help it. But I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to finish it tonight, so I'm going to go ahead and like edit what I have and then see how late I want to stay up. So stay tuned. I guess you'll find out sooner than I will. Yeah, this is absolute bananas. This town that they live in, it's just seated in racism, and I'm trying to think of what I last talked to you about, but this one girl, Jules, she's like the main mean girl. There is like no excusing her. She's not like one of those characters that, oh, if she just knew better, maybe, or maybe she'll come around. No, this girl, no. She came to school dressed in blackface with Maddie's name like on her, like she was pretending to be her. And then when she actually got in trouble for it, which she didn't think there was anything wrong with it, she kept saying it was a joke. Her daddy tried to talk her out of it, but the principal was like, hey, that wasn't even us. She got kicked out of her school. Oh. And now she's talking about how Maddie ruined her life. Like, Maddie didn't... This book is so frustrating. And then the dad is literally like rewriting history for Maddie to just believe that Black people are awful. He tells his daughter that Martin Luther King Jr. was a radical found to be a communist spy threatening the security of our nation. We're getting a lot from Wendy, who is the sort of bystander character who was in the initial group of bullies, but now that it's like in a bad light, she's suddenly very concerned for her image. And I don't know if we're supposed to have a lot of empathy for her, but I really don't, because it's so clear that she's only trying to be nice to Maddie, or, you know, trying to make this integrated prom to make herself look better, and that is so disgusting to me. It's really like she's not that much better than anyone of her stupid racist friends. Yeah, I wish we were spending a lot more time with Maddie though, because just her finding her powers and testing them out, that's so cool. Learning that she does have power, just not even like supernatural power, but she has her own voice and she has agency over her life is just probably the most powerful part of this story. I can't believe we have half of the book left, because this must be really just concentrated in the prom night, because I'm sure that's going to be huge. Something I did find kind of funny is that the people that are in this podcast or television show or whatever, they referenced Stephen King. They were talking about pyrokinesis, and she's like, pyrokinesis, a term literally made up by Stephen King, a fiction writer. I think that's so funny. And speaking of Stephen King, I can't imagine, because I never read Carrie, I can't imagine what this book would be without the conversations of race. And I kind of do wish I read Carrie first just to see the difference, because I feel like I can't read Carrie after this. But wow, Tiffany D. Jackson is really just blowing my mind, but it's really just, it's so frustrating. Yeah, guys, I think I'm just gonna wrap it up. Also, don't pay attention to my messy desk. So stats for tonight. So today I read 417 pages, which is more than I've read at all this challenge in one single day, but also probably more than I've read in a single day in probably like maybe years. I don't know. For the September series in total, I've read 2,478 pages. I really don't usually count my page numbers, so I don't know like what is a lot, but I mean, I actually don't care too much about that. I'm not sure why I even put that in this challenge. It's a fun thing that I keep tally of, so that if I end up not finishing a lot of books, but reading more pages, I can feel satisfied with my life. I don't know, okay? I have now finished 7 books, and yeah, that's it. I'm kind of tired. Not of this challenge, just like right now in this moment. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, although I feel like this one has more been just a very lengthy book reviews rather than just like a reading vlog, because I did nothing but just spit my opinion and synopses at you, which is probably more fun if you've read the book. So if you have read these books, please let me know your thoughts below. I definitely want to talk to more people about the Echo Wife especially, and I'll probably finish Weight of Blood tomorrow, so keep an eye on that. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.